Hi guys, this is a quick video to talk more about how you can move a halted job search forward. I'm going to talk about how Tarot can help you identify a role, how it can provide insight into an organization, a department, a leader, the culture in general, and how you can weigh the benefits of working at a specific company, especially if you get more than one job offer. I hope this is helpful. Hi guys, I wanted to do another video for you and talk about how I think Tarot can help you get through a job search. So a lot of people will feel like their job search is halted, like it's just not going forward, or just feel so frustrated with the whole thing that they don't work on making sure that it's going forward or do anything about it. So I want to talk about what Tarot can do to help you get more information about the jobs that you're interested in and how you can move forward. So in a previous video, I talked about how Tarot can help you identify your skill set. And once you know your skill set, then I assume that you've gone out and started to search for jobs that fit those skills. So I'm going to make that assumption now. I'm assuming you've already been on LinkedIn. I'm assuming you've already been on Indeed. I'm assuming you've been on Career Builder or any of the other job sites that are out there. Now I think we all know that being on a job site is kind of like being a needle in a haystack for a person who's looking for a job, or at least for the recruiter, because there are thousands and thousands of people who will apply for the same job online. So they're really looking for those unique skills that make you stand out. So first, if you haven't watched that video about identifying your unique skill set, that's a tongue twister, then go back and take a look at that. I really recommend that you work on what your skill set might be so that you can stand out in a crowd. Then, this video is about helping you to identify the role that's best for you, providing insight on the organization that you're interested in, even drilling down into the department or the leader of that organization and department that you might be working for, and then weigh the benefits of working at one company over another. So I'll give you an outline of what kind of tools might exist with Tarot so that you can hear about how I might be able to help you move forward in making sure that that job search is actually moving instead of being halted. So we're going to talk about those things. So first, let's identify what your ideal role is. So we already know what your skill set is, once you've got an understanding of that. Then you're Googling those skills, or you're putting those in as keywords on LinkedIn or Indeed, and you are going to find some sort of response based on an algorithm that says, here are the things that you fit into. It's kind of like taking that test with your high school counselor to figure out what your ideal career is supposed to be. Same concept. What Tarot can do is find the niche markets and the specialty places where your skills might fit, instead of those cookie cutter type of responses. So I think that you might want to think about how Tarot can help you move forward. Now let me give you an example. I am really good at project management. I'm good at scheduling. I'm good at keeping people on task. I'm good at seeing a project through to the end. It's something that I really excel at. So you might think that I fit into an IT industry because that tends to be where project managers work, as far as we know. Now, there are also so many other different places where project managers can exist. Marketing and communications, in order to make sure that a product is getting out on time. In a theater as a stage manager or a production manager, which is actually where I started. So project managers exist all over the place, but you may not realize that there's an industry that is unique and best suited for you outside of the norm or the standard that we might hear related to a particular skill set. And Tarot can help identify that for you. I think that a tarot reader may be able to help you find the acknowledgement of the dream you've always wanted with the skill set you actually have, where those cookie cutter type of searches may not actually find those types of things for you. So let's talk about, once you understand your skill set and once you find an industry with your tarot reader who's pulling cards to say, hey, what about this industry? Your skills might fit really well in here. Then you can start looking for organizations that have those roles to fill. So now you've got more information. Now it's actually worth your time to get on LinkedIn or Indeed or whatever app you're using to search for your job, and actually get really, really specific. So you're getting into a place that fits where you need to be and want to be. And then you can decide, okay, do I really want to work for this company? Should I even bother applying for this job? And I think you can have a tarot reading that will help you understand more about an organization, similar to how you might find out more about another individual. So you can have a tarot reading that will help you understand the culture of the organization, more about how the organization works with its individuals, how it transitions individuals. If you're an LGBTQ person, or a member of another group that might not be considered the majority, you can have a tarot reading that will help you understand what the organization does in order to help you feel included, and is the organization inclusive? I think it's really powerful to have that kind of insight into an organization, because their website's going to make you feel like they love everybody, right? But once you get in there, all the nice flashy, lovey-dovey, kumbaya stuff on the website may not be how the organization actually works. And I think a tarot reading can give you insight into the culture of the organization. Similarly, it can give you further insight into the department. So if you are looking at an organization and it feels like, well, this organization's on the up and up, the culture feels good, I'm going to apply. Well, let's look further into the department that you might be working on, because the department itself may have a totally different culture than the entirety of the organization. You can apply the same thing to the leaders of that department. So we can do a reading to find out more about the leaders in the department. So if you know who you're applying, or where you're applying, and who the manager is of that department, you can do a relationship reading. And there's more about relationships readings on my site. Just search for relationships. And we can see how you and that leader might interact, or how you might work well together, or how your personalities might connect or not. So you can find out more about the department and the leader of the department, not just the organization. And I think that's really important, especially when you're wondering if you might fit not just into the organization, but into the department. I think it's useful to know things like, what's a typical day like in the department? How can I help the department be more inclusive? Or is the department inclusive even? What's the outcome if I come out to my colleagues, is a question I often ask if I'm thinking about applying for another job, because it may not be safe, it may not be welcome, it may not be a pleasant place to be if you're coming out to your colleagues. And who wants to work in a company like that? So I think having tarot gives you the opportunity to understand more about the company, the department, the leader, the culture in general, before you even apply for the job, after you've found the one you want to apply for. So you can take this even further. Let's say you've found a skill set, you've identified your skill set, you've identified an organization that you want to work for, you've had a tarot reading to find out more about the culture of the organization, the department, and the leaders that you would be working for. And now you've decided to apply. And you've applied for job A and job B. You then get an offer from job A and job B, because it was just that amazing to go through all of that tarot stuff, and now you've narrowed into such specificity that they love you. Right? So now you've got two job offers. Now, how do you decide? How do you pick? I mean, first, most people are going to probably weigh the financial implications, right? So we're going to say, oh, well, I'm going to take the job that offers me more money. Well, what if one offers you more money, but the other one is more your ideal suit? So you can have a tarot reading to weigh the benefits of job A against job B. I think you can ask simple questions like, what is the outcome of me choosing job A? And you'll see a little bit further into the immediate future about how things are going to go with job A. I think you can ask questions like, I want to increase my management skills. How can job B help me be successful in that goal? So you're actually being extremely thoughtful about which job is going to benefit you the most, if finances are not an issue and you don't need to take the job that's paying you, so much more. I think you can also be thoughtful about things like, I'd like to be a partner in this company. what's the outcome of me accepting this role? Does it keep me on that path? So now you're looking at leadership, or you're just looking at skill development, or you're looking at finances. So there's so many different ways that we choose the job that we want to accept. Tarot can help you narrow down what the experience will be in each of those options you're trying to resolve. So I think that you can have a wide scope of questions about a job leading up to an interview, about the interview itself, which we didn't even talk about today, and then about how to choose when you have more than one offer in order to get into a space that not only is the best culture for you, but is also the best fit for your growth and continued career. So I want you to know that tarot can take you further than just bouncing some ideas off some friends. You get insight that you wouldn't otherwise get from this objective third party about all of this information. And then you can make a more informed decision for yourself. So I think if you want to take your job search to the next level, you should get a tarot reading and get all of that information so that you can make the best decision for yourself. One other thing, for those LGBTQ and ally folks that are out there, I want you to understand, because this is how I feel, that we have a greater responsibility to ourselves and the organizations that we choose to support. And by support, I mean work for, because they need us to complete a skill for them. So not only are we really savvy about where we spend our money, and if you're not, you should be savvy about where you spend your money. Check out the HRC Corporate Quality Index if you haven't seen that before. I think we should be ruthless about where we spend our time and our talent, because we're spending so much of our day at work and giving away our talent for a price. It's a commodity that we should be really thoughtful about where we're allowing our talent to be used. So please take your job search to the next level. Get a tarot reading about what you're looking for and how you can move forward. And I'm happy to help you do that. So find out more about me on comingoutarot.com. I hope this was helpful, and I will see you all later.